going on, everybody? Welcome back to our channel. It's your girl Bex.
And I'm Carly.
And we're here to deliver content to unlock your mindset and actions to be limitless. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like we always say, ring the bell notification so you can be notified when we're dropping gems just like this.
Boom. So to kick off the new year then, this is the first video of the new year. Unfortunately, as you can hear, I'm still a little bit funny sounding, but slowly getting better. But I feel absolutely fine, so all good. First one, we thought, topic we have not touched in any sort of way, is we're going to talk about superheroes, and specifically superheroes of color, and kind of like how it was for us growing up. Who did we watch? Who did we like? And the sort of changes that we started to see in a lot of the superheroes. And I know Bex is a big Marvel fan, me not so much. So yeah, Bex, over to you.
So sorry to all of the comic fans and superhero fans if I get any of the dates wrong. So superheroes were introduced around 1936. The first introduction for a major black character was in 1966, which was Black Panther. And the first black superhero movie wasn't until 1993, and that was Meteor Man, and I think you've got Still. However, in 1947, Orrin C. Evans created All Negro Comics, which is the first ever black comic book, which I'm definitely going to go and research a little bit further. So Black Panther, like I said, was introduced in an issue of Fantastic Four by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in 1966. And one of the things I wanted to say is that I never even knew, I didn't know about Black Panther until Black Panther came to movies.
Exactly.
I didn't even know any black superheroes really. I mean, obviously I saw others like Storm, for example, in X-Men, and that was way before Black Panther came out. But really, I don't know, like for me, that representation has definitely taken way too long from book to to TV screens. You know what I mean? Like.
And I think that's the point, isn't it? Like you said, going through this, when I was kind of researching it, I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize there was actually so many. But in comparison, obviously not, but just more than I thought. It was just going to be like 5 of them, but there was quite a few. But like you say, they haven't then been able to be given that big screen time like all the other heroes were. And then look how successful Black Panther went on to be. I think it was 1.6 billion.
Wow.
700 million domestic growth, bigger than Avengers Infinity Wars. Like, it was so successful. But yeah, I was looking through and a lot of them I've never heard of. So Falcon, Spawn, Batwing, Green Lantern, obviously, wasn't that through Spider-Man Green Lantern appeared?
Believe so, but I haven't got all the details on that one. That was I can't remember if I remember. I feel like I do remember Green Lantern, but yeah,
but again, didn't know Green Lantern was black. Misty Knight, Storm, as you mentioned, Nick Fury, Bishop, Steel, Blade, which we do know, Wesley Snipes. So that again, but fantastic. I never thought of it didn't come to my head straight away that that's a superhero.
Same. One thing I will say about black characters is, so I was watching something that was saying like black superheroes don't really have, like, their powers aren't as good, great, let's say. Like, it's more down to like strength, brute strength, or I won't go too much into that, right? But also Spawn, for example, so he appeared in 1992. He was killed by his best friend and sent to hell, where he was a trained assassin, and he struck a deal with the devil and then reborn as a soldier. That's a bit mad to me. And then you've got Batwing, who was a former child soldier. His parents died of HIV/AIDS, and then he was chosen by Batman to represent him as the Batman of Africa. And he had a powerful suit of armor which augments strength and flying. To me, it's all just very cliche. And I mean, I've taken this from the internet, so I'm so sorry if this is not what happens in these stories or that's the backstory. But from just a little bit of research that I did online, I just thought like it's just I don't know, it's a bit distasteful, isn't it?
Yeah, especially the Batwing one you just mentioned. I don't like that. Yeah.
Even just like when we've spoken about, you know, let's not turn it into what it doesn't need to be. I do like Storm was incredible in X-Men, and she was the first ever black heroine, which is incredible. I thought she was amazing. And then Catwoman,
yeah, Halle Berry.
I'm not sure if
I'd never thought of Catwoman as being black, but when Halle Berry, and I think obviously it must have been from the X-Men. It was after X-Men, wasn't it, when she was Storm?
Can't remember.
But she did great in both. I mean, a lot of people criticize that film. I liked it.
I loved it.
I really liked it. And yeah, I'd never thought of Catwoman as being as represented as a black person, whether or not she's supposed to be in the cartoons or not. But I thought she did. She played it really well.
That's all I've got for kind of like the superhero stuff.
Yeah.
So
just on the point that you made, actually, I was listening to R.L. Scott, who's he's a film director, and he made a good point. Like for him, and I think he's got his company is doing a specific thing around superheroes, and he was saying like growing up, he would see a lot of like he loved martial arts, but obviously he would see that there were Asian characters, but he never saw a black person that could fight or anything. So he's like, well, I want to create one who's strong, can fight, and looks like me. And then he made a really good point that more, and I don't know if this is true in terms of statistics, which is a really good point, is more people seem to resonate with Batman these days than, for example, Superman. Because Superman, you look to him like this god, if you like he's got these incredible powers, whereas Batman is more relatable because there's the human side to him. He was, you know, the reason he became who he was, you know, just something real happened in his life, and he's not like he can fly, he's just created things to allow him to do that, so people connect a bit more. And I thought that was a really really good point. But it's nice to see there's definitely more characters. Like I said, it took a long time for them to create characters like that, but there are a couple other characters. There's I don't know if you pronounce it Kamala or Kamala Khan, who is a Pakistani Muslim superhero. Then Shang-Chi, I think it is. That was another one I saw. Sorry?
Have you watched Shang-Chi?
No. They're good.
Oh my God, it's brilliant. You have to watch it. We watched it in cinema.
There you go.
It's wicked.
Again,
but if you're a Marvel fan, you would be up to date with these type of movies. But that was the first, I'm pretty sure that was the first like Asian superhero as well.
Wow, there you go.
The first, yeah.
But and that's one of the things, like we want to cover, you know, all different ethnic minority groups, and let's hope and pray that they're going to come more into the films, because these are some cool characters and they look great. And I think the success of Black Panther is definitely going to help pave some of that way, which is cool.
So going on to Disney. So the first Black animated protagonist was Tiana from Princess and the Frog, I believe.
Ah, yeah. I never watched that.
They did some stats there about how she was actually only on screen for 40 minutes. And of that, only 17 minutes as a woman, the rest as a frog.
Oh, wow. You don't even think about it like that and deep it like that. It's like, it's all right, we've ticked the box, it's done. But then actually when you look at it, it's like, well, I wasn't even on the screen.
There was a public call in the 80s, 90s and 2000s for Black Disney characters, and this one only came out in 2009. Then you had Soul. I don't know if you saw Soul. That's on Disney. That's brilliant. You should go and watch that, honestly. But then you had like the Proud Family.
I love the Proud Family.
In 2001, 2005, and then Cleveland Show in 2009, 13.
Yes. Definitely. I remember that. I loved the Proud Family. That was so funny. What else you've got? Like I've got the Princess and the Frog as well. So it's funny because it took a while to get a Black character, though we had some ethnic minorities in there. An actual Black character took quite a while. So you already had Aladdin, absolutely brilliant. Mowgli from the Jungle Book, Pocahontas and Mulan. I remember when Mulan came out, man. I love that.
That's actually a crazy one, because like I said, I focus mainly on the Black characters. But yeah, there obviously has been some representation, but just taken a while. But I absolutely, every single film you just mentioned,
brilliant,
absolutely incredible, honestly.
And that's why I find it baffling. They're some of the most popular and the biggest ones, but I don't know. It's just I don't get it. I just don't understand. And look how successful Black Panther's gone on to be, and like all these films, like Aladdin's probably one of the greatest Disney films of all time. Not as good as The Lion King, but but one of the best films ever. Mulan, oh my God. I absolutely loved Mulan when it came out. And I remember at the time, my brother wanted to go. I think it was, is it Toy Soldiers? I think it was Toy Soldiers. It was another quite a big film that come out at the same time. And I made us go and watch Mulan instead. He goes, you just wanted to watch it because it's a girl and she's doing karate and that. And I was like, yes, too right. He wasn't happy with me that we went to watch that. He was only like a tiny little thing when we went to see it. But I absolutely loved it. And then they've gone on to like make like real life versions of some of these, like Mowgli. I've not seen the Jungle Book one though.
Has it? Do they have one? Yeah, they do. Yeah. It is so good. Oh my gosh. That I haven't watched Mulan. Beauty and the Beast as well is another remake that they did, which was fantastic.
Didn't like it. Oh, you liked it? I watched it the other week. I was like, this is dead. I was like, okay, Emma Watson, fine. I thought she was well cast. Bro. I thought the Beast, given the technology we have these days, the cartoon character looked better. Like with big hair, he was just bigger in general. And then I'll tell you one character that annoyed me, the casting, was Gaston. Gaston is supposed to be hench. His song talks about, I've got biceps to spare. The guy, good looking guy, but he was just like, I was like, no, Gaston should be this giant. It should have been The Rock or something, man.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I'll tell you one thing about the remakes is I don't compare them to the cartoon ones, because I love I've got so many Disney movies. You can't remake them.
Yeah,
the Disney movies are the Disney movies. So I enjoy those for those, and so then I can separate and enjoy the actual movie again as like a live version, which for me is like, it was mind blowing. I love them all, honestly. I need to watch I need to go watch Mulan.
Gaston really annoyed me. I like the way they'd done everything else, the way they'd made everything move and stuff. That was cool.
I think I'll probably get distracted from things like that. Like, if you actually deep it, you're like, but it's not really
and I think for me, I think what you're saying about, if you look at, don't compare to the cartoon, but I just think, but they've taken the actual songs, and his song talks about how big he is, and then he's not. It doesn't make any sense.
The movie like properly.
Yeah.
For real. But that's everything that I've got personally. I just really thought that actually, you thought about superheroes, and I thought it's actually a great idea. It's more lighthearted, but actually it's not that lighthearted.
No, because I think that's the reason we did it, right? It's because whether it's adults or children, you do look, well, hang on a minute, where's my representation? And growing up, well, what was there for us to look up to if there wasn't anything? Like, all these characters existed, but maybe just because we went into comics or whatever, they've not then turned them into TV series or movies until only now. It's a shame, and it would have been nice to have that. So I think it's good that this younger generation are going to have some role models that they can actually say, oh, that person represents me. It's still not there, and it's not just for Black people, it's across other ethnic groups as well, but it's slowly turning. I think with the success of these films, they're going, oh, actually people do still want to see it, and there's not that fear of, because I know there was before, like there was always fear of having a lead female character cast, like how will people take it and things like that. So it's all coming. I think even with the cartoons having a lot more female as the main characters as well. They're just doing great. And then they're like evolving them. And I think you were talking about backlash on some things. And I know like with Frozen, there was some talk around that and whether or not someone's going to be represented as gay and things like that. They weren't sure if they were going to be successful on Frozen.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of other movies as well when I don't know, I saw something about oh oh you brought out a black character but they're gay, and it's just like, so
I saw that.
and so do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you know, I try not to touch too much on these things, but one of the other things I wanted to say in representation, and I think we mentioned it previously, or whether it's just conversation me and you, about like, you know, they're bringing out dolls with all different ethnicities, like, you know, you've got the black babies, you've got brown babies, you've got all these things now that is more inclusive. I've seen artists that started now drawing babies, you know, like when they show you the pregnant baby and the pregnant woman with the baby inside, they've actually got black drawings now of black babies inside. So just giving that representation. It's things like plasters, we were talking about it previously as well. They've started to, you know, make skin tones in plasters as well. So it's just about being inclusive and actually like deepen it, like tights and who is it, Kim Kardashian and Rihanna with skin tones with the makeup and stuff. So, you know, it's slowly but surely moving in the right direction. Nowhere near where we want to be, because we want to stop saying the first black person to do this,
exactly.
or the first whatever. And it's just like the first woman. We don't want to say all these things. It's just part and parcel of life.
Yeah, 100% agree. Cool.
So yeah, thank you so much for watching our video. I've been your girl Bex.
And I've been Carly. Thank you for watching this week's episode, and we will see you next week.
Peace.